Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, the Tech Coders, and today we are going to solve question number 56 of Leetcode, that is merge intervals. Okay, so question states that we are given an array of intervals where intervals I is equals to start I and end I, and we are supposed to merge all overlapping intervals. Okay, and after merging all the overlapping intervals, we are supposed to return an array of the non-overlapping intervals that cover all the intervals in the input. Okay, so this was our question. Let's understand with the help of an example what exactly question is saying to us. So see, this is my example. Okay, so these all are the intervals. This is first interval, second interval, third, fourth, like this. Okay, so this is my starting one and this is my ending one. That is, this the interval is starting from 1 and it is ending at 3. So let's try to understand what exactly happening over here. What was the interval? Interval was 1 3. So now try to understand that I'm starting at 1 and ending at 3. Now what is the second interval? Second interval is 2 to 4. 2 to 4. Now I can see that there is some overlapping part over here. There is some overlapping part over here, that is between 2 to 3. So this is what we are supposed to remove in that question. Okay, so what I can do is that I'll simply remove this. And I'll extend this to here. That is from 1 to 4. That is from 1 to 4. Okay, likewise let's discuss about this. Okay, so I can see that the interval starts from 5 and ends to 9. Now I'm going to draw a line between 5 and 9. And now over here I can see the interval starts from 7 and ends at 8. So yeah, here it is. Now again I can see that this part is overlapping over here. So what I'll do, I'll simply remove this and make my intervals from 5 to 9. Okay, let's remove it. Now I'm left with my last interval. Okay, now I'm left with my last interval, which starts from 9 and end at 10. Okay, now also I can see that, see, this interval was ending at 9 and this is starting at 9. So what I can say that I'll simply draw one interval, that is from 5 to 10, which will cover both of this interval. That is, which will cover both of this interval. So this starts from 5 and this ends at 9. Ends at 10, sorry. So now what will be my answer? My answer will be the first interval starts from 1 and ends at 4. Second interval starts at 5 and ends at 10. That's it. This will be my answer. So now see how to approach this question. Okay. So let us suppose that currently we are standing at over here. That is in the second interval. So what I'll do, I'll simply use this condition. Let us suppose that this is my current. So let us suppose that this is my current interval and this is my previous interval. Okay. So what I'll check if my current of 0 is less than or equal to previous one. If the starting of current interval is less than or equal to ending of previous interval, then I can say that yeah, there will be some overlapping of intervals. So what I'll do, I'll simply do one thing. I'll take this one, I'll take starting of previous, and obvious that we are going to take this as there are some overlapping. But now the thing is, what we'll take in the second place, what we'll do, we'll take the maximum out of this. Because in some cases there will be greater value over here or the greater value will be over here. Okay, so what I'll do, I'll take the maximum among the two. What's the maximum over? It is 4. Over here we can understand why we are taking maximum. It was 9 and it was 8 over here. That's why I was taking maximum. So now what will be the answer for this case? As I can see that my interval is starting from 5 and it is ending at 10. Go with the condition. Let us suppose that this is my current one and this is my previous one. Okay, what I'll check, if the starting of current is less than or equal to previous of ending, so my condition is true, that there exists some overlapping. So at that time what I'll do, I'll take 5 and maximum among 2. I'll take 9 over here. Okay, so now this becomes my previous and this becomes my current. This becomes my previous and this becomes my current. Again I'll check the same thing, that is starting of current is less than or equal to ending of previous or not. Yes, it is equal. So what I'll do, I'll simply do one thing, that I'll take this 5 and the maximum between these two, that is 9 and 10. So my answer will be 5 and 10. Okay, so over here I can see that my given intervals were sorted on the basis of this start interval. Okay, but in some cases they will not be in a sorted form. So what will be my first step? I'll simply do sorting in my first step. That's it. Okay, now let's move to the coding part where you can understand all this logic and concept. So now see, what was my first step? I was simply sorting my intervals. So let's do that. Now as we are supposed to return the intervals, so let's create a vector for that. We are done with this. After this, what we'll do, we'll simply start iterating. Now see, I'm saying that if my answer is empty, if my answer is empty, what I'll do at that time, I will simply push back my current interval. I'll simply push back my current interval. We're done with it. Okay. Now comes to else part. Okay, why we have done this? Let's see. So now see, initially my answer will be empty. Okay, so I'm inserting this interval over here. Now it will look like this: 1, 3. Okay, now see, this will act as my previous one, and this will act as my current one. So that's the significance behind adding this to my empty answer. Okay, now over here we'll perform the conditioning part. So for that, we'll create a vector and it will have the value of last one, the last interval which we have pushed back in our answer vector. So now see, as I said that last inserted vector will act as a previous one. Okay, so in that case what we were checking the end of the previous interval. So for that case, make an integer variable which will hold the value of ending of previous interval. Okay, now we'll perform a condition, that is if intervals of, that is the starting of current interval is less than or equal to ending of previous interval. What we'll do at that time? So now see, if the condition was true, what we were doing at that time, we were simply taking the maximum of this two and we were storing in my answer vector. We'll do same over here, that is p of 1 is equals to maximum of intervals of I1 and this y. Okay, so yeah, we are done with this. Else, this means that we are not having any overlapping situation. So over here we'll simply push back my current interval to my answer vector. That's it. Now we'll come out of all these conditions and all, and we'll finally return our answer. Okay, now let's try to run it. And now we can see that yeah, it is working. Let's try to submit it. So yes, we can see that it is submitted too. Okay, so yes, this was the solution, guys. I hope you understood all the concepts and the logic over here. So like this video, subscribe our channel and share this with your friends who are participating in all the code forces and Leetcodes round and all. Okay, so thank you for watching and have a good day.